with a microphone again. Who you are, how long you've been going here, and a little bit about a life-changing situation that you experienced far away.
So I'm Caleb Tate. I've been going to this church since I was 6 or 7, so I think it's like 15 years or so with my family. And what's the next question again?
That's it. Thank you. No. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've been involved with at Faith and a little bit of your story about coming to Jesus.
Yeah. So I went to church like almost every Sunday growing up. Went to youth group when I was in middle school and all of that. I didn't devote a lot of my life in between those meetings to Jesus. I relied a lot, I think, on my emotions. Like I was here and I felt the music and it was great, but then I kind of dropped off when I wasn't feeling it. So I went to Guatemala when I was a freshman or sophomore in high school, and just through that time of devoting and studying and some great, I got poured into by some great leaders too. I learned a lot more, and I think Jesus spoke to me in a new way that he hadn't before. So I learned like not to rely on my emotions, that even when I wasn't feeling it, to still be faithful, and so that really changed my life. And so I just got back from going to Guatemala 2 weeks ago for the third time. I took my fiance with me this time to kind of give her that shared experience, and it was a great trip.
And so when you were in Guatemala, what were some of the things that you guys did while you were there?
So some of the things we did were we cleaned and we painted the church and the school. We served in any way that we could. We helped take down their Christmas decorations. We brought a new soundboard, and we helped Pedro set all that up. Those are some of like the concrete things that we did.
And serving a local church kind of to help them reach the community, right?
Yep.
And so what was a particular instance that stood out to you as you were serving in Guatemala?
Like, one thing that happened that's kind of ingrained in my memory was we took communion during one of the services. And we had some musicians on the trip too, so we were able to play some worship songs for them. And I think we were singing "Oh Come to the Altar" when the elders were up standing in front of the church. They were kind of like blessing the communion, and we were preparing our hearts to partake in that. And there was a really powerful moment where the music was just kind of swelling up, and we really felt the importance of what we were about to do, and we kind of felt the presence of God in that place.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so go back a little bit. You were talking about how there came a time when really you came to Jesus, where you were doing kind of maybe a religious thing prior, but something happened. What was that turning point there in your life?
So through like the study and through being in prayer and through the community that I was with in that group, I think I really reached out to Jesus for the first time. And when you seek Jesus, he seeks you equally back too. So I think that's really what happened is for the first time I wasn't just waiting for God to make me feel something or do something. I was reaching out to him, and he reached out to me and really changed something.
So it went from like this thing you went to this king you followed, right?
Yep.
And so you serve in a bunch of places. Jesus has saved you. You're going to Guatemala. You serve on our worship team. The question is why? What's the point, particularly going to Guatemala? What is the point that you are trying to, what are you trying to accomplish in doing that?
I do it to be faithful because Jesus has changed my life, and I don't even really think about it all that much, to be honest. Mm-hmm. It's just something that I know I need to do, and so I do whatever I can to serve in any way that Jesus called me to do. So.
That's awesome. When you get married?
June 28th.
June 28th, yeah. Let's give him a hand. Thanks, buddy. Now